Well, the federal government says it wants to make it easier for Canadians to buy their first home. But are the policies enough? Joining us now to discuss is conservative housing critic Scott Aitchison. Scott, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So Build Canada Homes Initiative, it just marked 100 days, was launched back in September. We're building, or at least the government wants to build, about 4,000 homes on 6 different parcels of federal land. It still feels like things are getting up and ramping up. So what do you make of the project so far, and is it going to do what it's intended?
Well, Build Canada Homes is no miracle. I mean, those projects on those 6 different pieces of property are projects that the Canada Lands Company has been working on for quite some time now. So they're not accelerating anything. They're just making more announcements. And so we've seen this for about a decade now with the Liberal government that likes to make announcements but doesn't really deliver. So this is more of the same. But their latest announcements about, the rebating the GST for first-time home buyers, it's going to help a little bit, but not enough. We've heard from the industry that the first-time home buyer doesn't make up enough of that new home market, and therefore it's not enough of a market for builders to start breaking ground. And so what we as conservatives have been arguing all along is that you need to reduce the GST or eliminate the GST on all new homes under $1.3 million so we can get the market moving again. The problem we have now is that no homes are getting built, and the people that build these homes are starting to get laid off. And so we're exacerbating a problem by announcing things but not coming up with real solutions.
And that seems to be the challenge now too, right? We're watching, the home prices now come down across, a lot of the country. It's stable in some parts, but in the biggest markets like Toronto and Vancouver, the price of homes is coming down. The market is saturated right now. There's certainly lots of houses and otherwise out there. What would you like to see instead? The possibility of this at least opening some of those homes, but what's one thing that you want to see instead of possibly what the government is proposing?
Well, the problem in places like Toronto and Vancouver, those markets, is that the cost of government is just simply too high. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of government charges and fees on top of the actual construction are what make those markets unaffordable. And so this Prime Minister, during the last election campaign, promised to get things like development charges in those places cut in half. We've heard nothing about that. The cost of government must come down or we will never get building again.
Scott Aitchison, conservative housing critic. Thanks for your time today, Scott. Appreciate this.
Thanks for having me.